Acid test. Acid test. Meaning. Proves the effectiveness of something. Example. The acid test for the new product will be the customer reviews. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Meaning. People's intentions can be judged better by what they do than what they say. Example. He always says he'll help, but actions speak louder than words. Add insult to injury. Add insult to injury. Meaning. To further a loss with mockery or indignity, to worsen an unfavorable situation. Example. Losing the match was bad enough, but the crowd jeering added insult to injury. After the watershed. After the watershed. Meaning. A time after which programs for older audiences may be aired on TV. Example. The horror movie is scheduled to air after the watershed. Against the clock. Against the clock. Meaning. Being rushed and having little time to complete something. Example. We're working against the clock to finish the project before the deadline. Ahead of time. Ahead of time. Meaning. Something that happens early or before it is supposed to. Example. The team completed the project ahead of time. All ears. All ears. Meaning. Awaiting an explanation. Example. Tell me what happened, I'm all ears. An arm and a leg. An arm and a leg. Meaning. Very expensive or costly, a large amount of money. Example. That designer handbag cost an arm and a leg. Round the clock. Round the clock. Meaning. At any time of the day or night. Example. The emergency room is open around the clock. Round the corner. Round the corner. Meaning. Will happen soon. Example. The festival is just around the corner. As time goes by. As time goes by. Meaning. The passing of one moment to the next. Example. As time goes by, we learn to appreciate the little things. At the drop of a hat. At the drop of a hat. Meaning. Without any hesitation, instantly. Example. She's ready to travel at the drop of a hat. Back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board. Meaning. When an attempt fails and it's time to start all over. Example. Our first prototype failed, so it's back to the drawing board to improve it. Bad apple. Bad apple. Meaning. Troublemaker or undesirable person in a group. Example. He was the bad apple in the team, always causing trouble. Ball is in your court. Ball is in your court. Meaning. It is up to you to make the next decision, or take the next step. Example. The manager has made his decision, now the ball is in your court to respond. Barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. Meaning. Looking in the wrong place, accusing the wrong person. Example. If you think I was the one who took the files, you're barking up the wrong tree. Be glad to see the back of. Be glad to see the back of. Meaning. Be happy when a person leaves. Example. She was finally gone, and I was glad to see the back of her. Beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. Meaning. Avoiding the main topic, not speaking directly about the issue. Example. Stop beating around the bush and tell me exactly what happened. Beat the clock. Beat the clock. Meaning. Do something quickly before it's too late. Example. We need to beat the clock and finish the project before the deadline. Be in one's bonnet. Be in one's bonnet. Meaning. Carrying an idea that's constantly in your thoughts. Example. He has a bee in his bonnet about changing the company's logo. Behind the times. Behind the times. Meaning. Being old-fashioned. Example: their technology is so outdated, they're really behind the times. Bells and whistles. Bells and whistles. Meaning: lots of desirable features. Example: this new smartphone comes with all the bells and whistles, facial recognition, wireless charging, and more. Best of both worlds. Best of both worlds. Meaning: enjoying the advantage of two things simultaneously. Example: working from home gives me the best of both worlds, flexibility and no commute. Best thing since sliced bread. Best thing since sliced bread. Meaning: a good invention or innovation, a good idea or plan. Example: that new software is the best thing since sliced bread, it makes everything easier. Better late than never. Better late than never. Meaning: it's better to do something late than not at all. Example: I know I'm late, but better late than never, right? Bide one's time. Bide one's time. Meaning: waiting for further developments before taking action or making decisions. Example: he decided to bide his time and wait for a better opportunity to speak. Big cheese. Big cheese. Meaning: an influential person. Example: she's the big cheese at the marketing department. Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Meaning: better to be satisfied with what you have than risk losing it by trying to get something better. Example: don't gamble with your job, remember, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Bite off more than you can chew. Bite off more than you can chew. Meaning: to take on a task that is way too big. Example: he tried to organize the event by himself, but ended up biting off more than he could chew. Black and blue. Black and blue. Meaning: badly bruised. Example: after the accident, he was left black and blue. Black and white. Black and white. Meaning: take everything into consideration and oversimplify, judge everything as good or bad. Example: don't think of everything in black and white, life is more complicated than that. Black as night. Black as night. Meaning: very dark and hard to see. Example: the sky was black as night with no stars visible. Black eye. Black eye. Meaning: bruise around the eye. Example: he got into a fight and ended up with a black eye. Black market. Black market. Meaning: where goods are illegally bought and sold for profit. Example: they were caught selling electronics on the black market. Blackout. Blackout. Meaning: darken by turning off or dimming the lights, lose consciousness. Example: the lights suddenly black out during the storm. Black sheep. Black sheep. Meaning: undesirable member of a group. Example: he's the black sheep of the family, always causing trouble. Blackball. Blackball. Meaning: exclude or ostracize someone socially, reject someone. Example: after the scandal, the company decided to blackball him from any further projects. Blacklist. Blacklist. Meaning: exclude someone. Example: his name was added to the blacklist, so he can't apply for jobs here anymore. Blackmail. Blackmail. Meaning: extort or take money from someone by threatening to use their secrets against them. Example: the businessman was arrested for trying to blackmail his competitor. Blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. Meaning: something good that isn't recognized as such at first. Example: losing that job was a blessing in disguise, it pushed me to start my own business. Blind date. Blind date. Meaning: prearranged social interaction between people who have never met. Example: they met for the first time on a blind date organized by their friends. Blood red. Blood red. Meaning: description of something with a deep red color. Example: the roses were blood red, symbolizing deep love. Blood, sweat and tears. Blood, sweat and tears. Meaning: something that requires a lot of effort and hard work. Example: building his own business took blood, sweat, and tears. Blow a fuse. Blow a fuse. Meaning: suddenly get very angry, perhaps over something unexpected. Example: she blew a fuse when she found out someone had stolen her lunch. Blow up in the face. Blow up in the face. Meaning: a plan or project that suddenly fails. Example: their new product launch blew up in their face when they received negative reviews. Blue blood. Blue blood. Meaning: from a noble, aristocratic, or wealthy family. Example: he comes from a blue blood family, with generations of politicians. Blue collar. Blue collar. Meaning: working in a manual labor job. Example: he works a blue-collar job in construction to support his family. Blue in the face. Blue in the face. Meaning: try hard to win an agreement but usually unsuccessful. Example: he argued blue in the face, but they still refused to approve the proposal. Blue ribbon. Blue ribbon. Meaning: superior quality or distinction, the best of a group. Example: she won the blue ribbon for her exceptional performance in the science fair. Bolt from the blue. Bolt from the blue. Meaning: unexpected bad news. Example: the news of his sudden resignation came as a bolt from the blue. Bookworm. Bookworm. Meaning: someone who reads a lot. Example: she's a total bookworm, she's always buried in a novel. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Born with a silver spoon in one's mouth. Meaning: born into a rich and affluent family. Example: he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and never had to work a day in his life. Bottom falls out. Bottom falls out. Meaning: a plan or project that fails. Example: the stock market crashed, and the bottom fell out of his investment. Brainstorm. Brainstorm. Meaning: develop or think of new ideas. Example: let's brainstorm some ideas for the new marketing campaign. Breadwinner. Breadwinner. Meaning: person that is the primary source of income for a family. Example: he works two jobs to be the breadwinner for his family. Bring home the bacon. Bring home the bacon. Meaning: earn a living. Example: she works hard every day to bring home the bacon for her children. Broken watch is right twice a day. Broken watch is right twice a day. Meaning: when something is lucky or successful but undeserving. Example: the decision to hire him was like a broken watch, is right twice a day situation, it worked out, but it was unexpected. Buckle down. Buckle down. Meaning: work hard with determination and full attention. Example: it's time to buckle down and finish this project before the deadline. Bun in the oven. Bun in the oven. Meaning: pregnant. Example: she announced she had a bun in the oven during their family gathering. Burn the midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil. Meaning: to work late into the night, alluding to the time before electric lighting. Example: she had to burn the midnight oil to finish the report by morning. Butter up. Butter up. Meaning: flatter someone, usually because you want something from them. Example: he tried to butter her up before asking for a favor. By degrees. By degrees. Meaning: something happens or develops gradually or little by little. Example: the company grew by degrees, starting as a small startup and becoming a global brand. By the skin of your teeth. By the skin of your teeth. Meaning: only just succeed. Example: he passed the exam by the skin of his teeth, but at least he made it. Call it a day. Call it a day. Meaning: stop doing something for a while or until the next day. Example: after working for hours, we decided to call it a day and resume tomorrow. Calling time. Calling time. Meaning: deciding to end something. Example: the manager called time on the discussion as it was getting too heated. Carry the torch for. Carry the torch for. Meaning: having strong feelings for someone who cannot be yours. Example: she still carries the torch for her first love, even though he's married now. Cash cow. Cash cow. Meaning: dependable source of income. Example: the coffee shop turned out to be a real cash cow for the family business. Cat burglar. Cat burglar. Meaning: thief who climbs into buildings. Example: the police arrested a cat burglar who had been stealing jewelry from high-rise apartments. Catch someone at a bad time. Catch someone at a bad time. Meaning: when it is inconvenient. Example: I tried to talk to my teacher, but I caught her at a bad time during a staff meeting. Catch someone red-handed. Catch someone red-handed. Meaning: catch someone in the act of committing a crime. Example: the kids were caught red-handed stealing candy from the store. Chance one's arm. Chance one's arm. Meaning: take a risk despite uncertain outcomes. Example: he chanced his arm and asked for a promotion, even though he was new to the company. Chase rainbows. Chase rainbows. Meaning: pursue something impossible or unrealistic. Example: starting a luxury car company with no funding is like chasing rainbows. Chase your tail. Chase your tail. Meaning: spend time and effort without achieving results. Example: she spent hours organizing her files, but felt like she was just chasing her tail. Cheesy. Cheesy. Meaning: silly, tacky, or cheap. Example: the movie was so cheesy that we couldn't take it seriously. Clock in, clock out. Clock in, clock out. Meaning: record the time of arrival and departure. Example: employees are required to clock in and clock out daily to track their working hours. Close to home. Close to home. Meaning: a comment that is true and makes you uncomfortable. Example: his joke about being bad with money hit close to home for me. Cold shoulder. Cold shoulder. Meaning: pay no attention to someone. Example: after their argument, she gave him the cold shoulder for days. Coming of age. Coming of age. Meaning: reaching maturity or full development. Example: the story is about a young boy's coming of age, as he faces life's challenges. Cook someone's goose. Cook someone's goose. Meaning, spoil someone's chances of success. Example, when he spilled the secret plan, he cooked his own goose. Copycat. Copycat. Meaning, someone who copies the work of another. Example, she was annoyed by the copycat who kept replicating her creative ideas. Costs an arm and a leg. Costs an arm and a leg. Meaning, when something is very expensive. Example, the designer handbag costs an arm and a leg, so I decided not to buy it. Couch potato. Couch potato. Meaning, a lazy person who watches too much TV. Example, my brother is such a couch potato, he spends his weekends binge-watching shows. Cover a lot of ground. Cover a lot of ground. Meaning, complete a lot of work or discuss many topics. Example, the teacher covered a lot of ground in today's lecture on world history. Crack of dawn. Crack of dawn. Meaning, very early in the morning. Example, we left for the airport at the crack of dawn to catch our early flight. Cross that bridge when you come to it. Cross that bridge when you come to it. Meaning, deal with a problem only when necessary. Example, don't worry about paying the bill now, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Crunch time. Crunch time. Meaning, a period when an important decision or work is due. Example, it's crunch time for the team as the project deadline is tomorrow. Cry over spilt milk. Cry over spilt milk. Meaning, complain about a loss from the past. Example, there's no use crying over spilt milk, we should focus on fixing the problem. Cut corners. Cut corners. Meaning, do something quickly and badly to save time or money. Example, the builder cut corners on materials, and now the wall is already cracking. Cut one's own throat. Cut one's own throat. Meaning, do something that causes your own downfall. Example, by lying to his boss, he ended up cutting his own throat when the truth came out. Cut the mustard. Cut the mustard. Meaning, to meet expectations or succeed. Example, she was nervous about her presentation, but she really cut the mustard in front of the clients. Cut to the chase. Cut to the chase. Meaning, get to the point. Example, we're short on time, so let's cut to the chase and discuss the main issue.
Day-to-day. Day-to-day. Meaning, part of a usual routine. Example, my day-to-day tasks involve answering emails and organizing meetings. Days are numbered. Days are numbered. Meaning, expected to be in a role or to die soon. Example, after the announcement of the merger, his days at the company are numbered. Dead duck. Dead duck. Meaning, a plan or event that has failed or is certain to fail. Example, the new marketing strategy is a dead duck, it hasn't brought any results so far. Dead in the water. Dead in the water. Meaning, a plan or project that has ceased to function. Example, the project was dead in the water after the main investor pulled out. Deadwood. Deadwood. Meaning, people or things that are no longer useful or necessary. Example, The company is clearing out the dead wood and focusing on more productive employees. Deep down. Deep down. Meaning: describing what a person really feels inside. Example: deep down, I know I should apologize, but I'm too proud to admit it. Deliver the goods. Deliver the goods. Meaning: do what is expected or required. Example: she always delivers the goods when it comes to completing difficult projects on time. Devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. Meaning: to present a counter-argument. Example: I'm just playing devil's advocate, but do you think the new policy might have flaws? Donkey's years. Donkey's years. Meaning: a very long period of time. Example: it's been donkey's years since I last saw my childhood friend. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Don't count your chickens before they've hatched. Meaning: don't make plans for something that might not happen. Example: I'm excited for the promotion, but I won't count my chickens before they've hatched. Don't give up the day job. Don't give up the day job. Meaning: you are not very good at something, you couldn't do it professionally. Example: his singing is fun, but he shouldn't give up the day job just yet. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Meaning: don't make everything dependent on only one thing. Example: it's risky to rely on just one investment, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Double date. Double date. Meaning: social interaction that involves two couples. Example: we decided to go on a double date with our friends this weekend. Drastic times call for drastic measures. Drastic times call for drastic measures. Meaning: when extremely desperate, you need to take drastic actions. Example: the company is facing bankruptcy, so drastic times call for drastic measures. Drawing a blank. Drawing a blank. Meaning: get no response from someone or have no answer yourself. Example: when she asked me the question, I drew a blank and couldn't respond. Dropout. Dropout. Meaning: stop attending school before it's time. Example: he was a dropout, leaving school before graduating to start his own business. Dwell on the past. Dwell on the past. Meaning: thinking too much about something that happened in the past. Example: it's hard, but we can't dwell on the past, we need to move forward.
Eager beaver. Eager beaver. Meaning: an enthusiastic and hard worker. Example: Sarah is such an eager beaver, she always volunteers for extra tasks at work. Eat, sleep, and breathe something. Eat, sleep, and breathe something. Meaning: being so enthusiastic and passionate about something that you think about it all the time. Example: he eats, sleeps, and breathes football, he watches every game and knows all the players. Egghead. Egghead. Meaning: a studious and academic person. Example: John is an egghead. He spends most of his time reading books and researching. Elbow room. Elbow room. Meaning: enough space to move or work in. Example: the office is too cramped. We need more elbow room to work comfortably. 11th hour. 11th hour. Meaning: at the very last minute or just in time. Example: I submitted my assignment at the 11th hour, just before the deadline. Elvis has left the building. Elvis has left the building. Meaning: the show has come to an end, it's all over. Example: after the concert, they announced that Elvis had left the building, signaling the end. Every cloud has a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining. Meaning: be optimistic, even difficult times will lead to better days. Good can come from a bad situation. Example: even though we lost the match, every cloud has a silver lining. We learned a lot for next time. Explore all avenues. Explore all avenues. Meaning: investigating or examining every option. Example: before making a decision, we should explore all avenues to find the best solution. Eye-catching. Eye-catching. Meaning: tending to attract attention. Example: the new advertisement is eye-catching with its bright colors and bold design. Fallen in love. Fallen in love. Meaning: start feeling love towards someone. Example: she's fallen in love with her childhood friend, and they're always together now. Far cry from. Far cry from. Meaning: very different from. Example: the new restaurant is a far cry from the one we used to go to. This one has a modern vibe. Feeling blue. Feeling blue. Meaning: feeling depressed or disconnected. Example: I've been feeling a little blue lately, but I'm trying to stay positive. Feeling under the weather. Feeling under the weather. Meaning: feeling unwell. Example: I can't come to the meeting today, I'm feeling under the weather. Fever pitch. Fever pitch. Meaning: when a feeling is very intense and exciting. Example: the excitement in the crowd reached fever pitch when the band started playing. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks. Meaning: supply missing words or information. Example: I need your help to fill in the blanks on this form. First in, best dressed. First in, best dressed. Meaning: the opportunity is afforded to the first to arrive or present themselves. Example: the early bird gets the best seats, first in, best dressed. First out of the gate. First out of the gate. Meaning: being the first one to make a start at something. Example: she was first out of the gate with her new startup, and now it's booming. Fish out of water. Fish out of water. Meaning: feeling uncomfortable in unfamiliar surroundings. Example: he felt like a fish out of water at the new job, not knowing anyone. Foot in the door. Foot in the door. Meaning: a small but good start with the possibility of a bright future. Example: getting that internship was his foot in the door to a successful career. For the time being. For the time being. Meaning: an action or state will continue into the future but is temporary. Example: for the time being, I'll stay at my friend's place until I find an apartment. From now on. From now on. Meaning: from this time forward. Example: from now on, I'll be more careful about the deadlines. From time to time. From time to time. Meaning: occasionally or not very often. Example: I see him from time to time at local events, but we don't meet regularly. Full of beans. Full of beans. Meaning: excited or very energetic and lively. Example: the kids were full of beans after eating all the candy at the party. Full of the joys of spring. Full of the joys of spring. Meaning: very happy and full of energy. Example: she's been full of the joys of spring ever since she got the promotion. Getting sacked. Getting sacked. Meaning: to lose your job. Example: after repeated warnings about his behavior, John ended up getting sacked from his job. Getting the show on the road. Getting the show on the road. Meaning: putting a plan or idea into action. Example: it's time we stop discussing the project and start getting the show on the road. Give the benefit of the doubt. Give the benefit of the doubt. Meaning: believe someone's statement without proof. Example: although he arrived late, I gave him the benefit of the doubt, assuming there was traffic. Give the green light. Give the green light. Meaning: provide permission to proceed. Example: the manager gave the green light for the team to launch the new product. Go belly up. Go belly up. Meaning: fail completely. Example: the startup went belly up after only 6 months due to poor planning. Going places. Going places. Meaning: demonstrating talent and ability that will lead to success. Example: with her dedication and talent, everyone knows she's going places in her career. Golden boy. Golden boy. Meaning: young man idolized for a great skill, typically in sport. Example: he's the golden boy of the team, scoring the most goals this season. Golden handshake. Golden handshake. Meaning: large sum of money given to someone when they retire. Example: after 30 years of service, the CEO received a golden handshake upon his retirement. Golden opportunity. Golden opportunity. Meaning: a very good opportunity that may never present itself again. Example: this job offer is a golden opportunity, you shouldn't miss it. Grass is always greener on the other side. Grass is always greener on the other side. Meaning: the alternative solution may seem better even if it isn't. Example: she wants to quit her job, but she needs to remember the grass is always greener on the other side. Grease someone's palm. Grease someone's palm. Meaning: Give someone money to persuade them to do something dishonest. Example. They tried to grease the official's palm to get the documents approved quickly. Green thumb. Green thumb. Meaning, ability to make plants grow or be good at gardening. Example. My grandmother has a green thumb. Her garden is always full of beautiful flowers. Green with envy. Green with envy. Meaning, extremely jealous or full of envy. Example. When she saw her friend's new car, she was green with envy. Gray area. Gray area. Meaning, unclear or undefined. Example. The law on digital privacy is still a gray area, leaving many questions unanswered. Hanging on by fingernails. Hanging on by fingernails. Meaning, continuing to do something in a very difficult situation. Example. Despite all the challenges, she was hanging on by her fingernails, trying to finish the project on time. Hard as nails. Hard as nails. Meaning, without sentiment or sympathy for anyone. Example. He's hard as nails, never showing any emotion, no matter how tough the situation gets. Hard time. Hard time. Meaning, something that is difficult or to suffer hardship. Example. After losing his job, he's been going through a hard time. Having one's heart set on something. Having one's heart set on something. Meaning, possessing a determination to achieve something. Example. She's having her heart set on that promotion, and she's working hard to make it happen. Head in the clouds. Head in the clouds. Meaning, having unrealistic or impractical ideas. Example. His idea of quitting his job to travel the world seems like he's got his head in the clouds. Head over heels in love. Head over heels in love. Meaning, very much in love with someone. Example. He's head over heels in love with her, and can't stop talking about her. Hear it on the grapevine. Hear it on the grapevine. Meaning, hear something through informal or unofficial means, like gossip. Example. I heard it on the grapevine that they're planning a surprise party for me. Heart is in the right place. Heart is in the right place. Meaning, having good intentions, even if the results may not be impressive. Example. Even though his solution didn't work, his heart was in the right place. Here today, gone tomorrow. Here today, gone tomorrow. Meaning, when desirable things, such as money or happiness, are temporary. Example. That job might be great, but remember, it's here today, gone tomorrow. High time. High time. Meaning, when something should have been done already and is overdue. Example. It's high time we start organizing the event. The date is approaching fast. Hit the big time. Hit the big time. Meaning, to become successful. Example. After years of struggling, she finally hit the big time with her debut album. Hit the books. Hit the books. Meaning, begin studying hard. Example. Finals are coming up, it's time to hit the books. Hit the nail on the head. Hit the nail on the head. meaning do or say something exactly right. Example: you really hit the nail on the head with that suggestion. It's exactly what we needed. Hit the panic button. Hit the panic button. Meaning act quickly and without thinking in reaction to an unexpected event. Example: when the fire alarm went off, she hit the panic button and rushed out of the building. Hit the road. Hit the road. Meaning begin traveling or leave. Example: it's getting late. We should hit the road before it gets dark. Hit the sack. Hit the sack. Meaning go to bed. Example: after a long day, I can't wait to hit the sack. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. Meaning have responsibility for something or care about someone while others are away or out. Example: while the manager is away, I'm holding the fort and making sure everything runs smoothly. Honest as the day is long. Honest as the day is long. Meaning someone that is trustworthy and honest. Example: if you want someone reliable, he's as honest as the day is long. Hot potato. Hot potato. Meaning speak of a current issue, which many people are talking about and which is usually disputed. Example: the new policy is a hot potato at work, everyone has an opinion on it. Hour of need. Hour of need. Meaning when someone really needs something, their last chance. Example: she helped me during my hour of need, offering me a place to stay when I had nowhere else to go. In due course. In due course. Meaning everything will happen when it is supposed to or at the appropriate time. Example: you'll get the promotion in due course if you keep working hard and proving yourself. In one's own time. In one's own time. Meaning taking as long as you want to complete something, or completing something at your own pace. Example: there's no rush, you can finish the project in your own time. In someone's black book. In someone's black book. Meaning be in disgrace or disfavor with someone. Example: after arriving late to work several times, he's now in the boss black book. In the bag. In the bag. Meaning something that is assured or a guaranteed success. Example: with such a strong lead in the game, victory is in the bag for our team. In the black. In the black. Meaning in profit. Example: after months of hard work, the company is finally in the black. In the blink of an eye. In the blink of an eye. Meaning something that happens very quickly. Example: the car disappeared in the blink of an eye after it sped past us. In the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment. Meaning overwhelmed by what is happening in the moment. Example: he said some harsh words in the heat of the moment, but he later apologized. In the interim. In the interim. Meaning between two events or something that is temporary. Example: the office is being renovated, so we'll be working from home in the interim. In the long run. In the long run. meaning over a period of time. Example: regular exercise might feel tough, but it pays off in the long run with better health. In the nick of time. In the nick of time, meaning just before it is too late. Example: the firefighters arrived in the nick of time to save the building. In the red. In the red, meaning in debt with your bank or to owe money. Example: after overspending on the renovations, their finances were in the red. In the right place at the right time. In the right place at the right time, meaning when something happens fortuitously or when given an unexpected opportunity. Example: he was in the right place at the right time to land the dream job. In the wrong place at the wrong time. In the wrong place at the wrong time, meaning when something unlucky happens that would not normally have happened. Example: she was caught in the crossfire because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. In tune with someone. In tune with someone, meaning have the same ideas and be in agreement with someone else. Example: the team worked well because everyone was in tune with each other's ideas. It takes two to tango. Takes two to tango, meaning actions or communications need more than one person. Example: the argument escalated because it takes two to tango, both of them were at fault. Itchy feet. Itchy feet, meaning a strong impulse to travel or go somewhere. Example: after staying in one place for a year, she started to get itchy feet and planned her next adventure. Judge a book by its cover. Judge a book by its cover, meaning judge something primarily on appearance. Example: don't judge a book by its cover. That quiet person might have an amazing story to tell. Jump on the bandwagon. Jump on the bandwagon, meaning join a popular trend or activity. Example: she decided to jump on the bandwagon and start using the new social media app. Keep something at bay. Keep something at bay, meaning keep something away or prevent something from happening. Example: he took medicine to keep the flu at bay during the winter season. Keeping up appearances. Keeping up appearances, meaning maintaining an outward show of prosperity or well-being while hiding difficulties. Example: even though they were struggling financially, they were keeping up appearances by hosting lavish parties. Keeping your finger on the pulse. Keeping your finger on the pulse, meaning being constantly aware of current developments. Example: a good journalist keeps their finger on the pulse of what's happening in the world. Kept in the dark. Kept in the dark, meaning not knowing the secrets or truth. Example: she felt frustrated because her coworkers kept her in the dark about the project changes. Kill time. Kill time, meaning do something whilst waiting. Example: he played games on his phone to kill time while waiting for the train. Kill two birds with one stone. Kill two birds with one stone, meaning accomplish two different things at the same time. Example: by cycling to work, She killed 2 birds with 1 stone, saving money and staying fit. Landslide victory. Landslide victory. Meaning: a big and clear victory. Example: the team won the election with a landslide victory, getting almost all the votes. Last straw. Last straw. Meaning: the final problem that causes someone to give up or get angry. Example: when he yelled at her again, it was the last straw and she decided to quit the job. Laugh a minute. Laugh a minute. Meaning: someone or something very funny. Example: the comedian's show was a laugh a minute. Learn by rote. Learn by rote. Meaning: memorize something without understanding it. Example: he learned the speech by rote but didn't understand its meaning. Learn something off by heart. Learn something off by heart. Meaning: memorize something so well that you can say it without thinking. Example: she learned the poem off by heart for the competition. Learn the ropes. Learn the ropes. Meaning: learn how to do something properly. Example: it took a week for her to learn the ropes at her new job. Lemon. Lemon. Meaning: a new product that has many problems. Example: the new car turned out to be a lemon and broke down repeatedly. Let me see the color of your money. Let me see the color of your money. Meaning: show me that you can pay. Example: the seller said, let me see the color of your money before I hand over the item. Let sleeping dogs lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. Meaning: don't disturb a situation to avoid trouble. Example: he decided to let sleeping dogs lie and not bring up the old argument. Let slip through fingers. Let slip through fingers. Meaning: lose a good opportunity. Example: she let the job offer slip through her fingers by not responding on time. Let the cat out of the bag. Let the cat out of the bag. Meaning: reveal a secret. Example: he accidentally let the cat out of the bag about the surprise party. Lick one's wounds. Lick one's wounds. Meaning: recover from a failure or defeat. Example: after losing the final match, the team went home to lick their wounds. Lightning fast. Lightning fast. Meaning: extremely fast. Example: the sprinter was lightning fast and broke the record. Lights are on but nobody is home. Lights are on but nobody is home. Meaning: someone seems clueless or not intelligent. Example: he stared blankly during the meeting, proving the lights were on but nobody was home. Like clockwork. Like clockwork. Meaning: happens regularly and without any issues. Example: the train arrives like clockwork every morning at 8 a.m. Like there's no tomorrow. Like there's no tomorrow. Meaning: do something with great energy, as if it's the last chance. Example: she was eating the cake like there's no tomorrow. Lining up all the ducks in a row. Lining up all the ducks in a row. Meaning, getting everything organized and ready. Example. Before launching the project, he spent weeks lining up all the ducks in a row. Living beyond your means. Living beyond your means. Meaning, spending more money than you can afford. Example. He went into debt because he was living beyond his means. Living in an ivory tower. Living in an ivory tower. Meaning, living away from real-world problems. Example. The professor seemed to live in an ivory tower, unaware of students' struggles. Living on the breadline. Living on the breadline. Meaning, having very little money to survive. Example. Many people were living on the breadline during the economic crisis. Long arm of the law. Long arm of the law. Meaning, the powerful reach of the police or authorities. Example. The long arm of the law caught up with the fugitive after 10 years. Long time no see. Long time no see. Meaning, haven't seen someone in a very long time. Example. Hey, long time no see. How have you been? Look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. Meaning, find something positive in a bad situation. Example. Even though it's raining, look on the bright side, we can stay home and relax. Love at first sight. Love at first sight. Meaning, fall in love with someone the first time you see them. Example. For her, it was love at first sight when she met him at the party. Lump in your throat. Lump in your throat. Meaning, a tight feeling in your throat because of strong emotions like sadness or pride. Example. She had a lump in her throat when her daughter received the award. Make a long story short. Make a long story short. Meaning, get to the point without unnecessary details. Example. Let me make a long story short, we got to the event just in time. Make my day. Make my day. Meaning, do something that makes me very happy. Example. Your surprise visit really made my day. Make or break. Make or break. Meaning, circumstances causing either total success or total failure. Example. This exam will make or break my future career. Make the grade. Make the grade. Meaning, be satisfactory or at an acceptable level. Example. She made the grade and passed her final exam with flying colors. Make time. Make time. Meaning, prioritize and find time to do something. Example. You need to make time to meet your friends even with a busy schedule. Makes your flesh crawl. Makes your flesh crawl. Meaning, makes you feel disgusted or nervous. Example. The horror movie was so creepy it made my flesh crawl. Making a go of it. Making a go of it. Meaning, trying to succeed at something. Example. Even though she was nervous, she was making a go of it with her first solo performance. Making good time. Making good time. Meaning, completing something faster than expected. Example. We made good time and arrived at the party early. Making headway. Making headway. Meaning, making progress in something. Example. After hours of hard work, we were finally making headway in the project. Match made in heaven. Match made in heaven. Meaning, a relationship likely to be happy and successful. Example. Their partnership was a match made in heaven, always supporting each other. Method to my madness. Method to my madness. Meaning, a seemingly random approach with some structure to it. Example. I know my way of working looks strange, but there's a method to my madness. Mile a minute. Mile a minute. Meaning, happens very quickly. Example. The meeting went a mile a minute, we finished everything in half the expected time. Miss the boat. Miss the boat. Meaning, miss an opportunity. Example. He missed the boat by not applying for the job earlier. Monkey business. Monkey business. Meaning, mischievous or deceitful behavior. Example. Stop the monkey business and get back to work. Month of Sundays. Month of Sundays. Meaning, a very long period of time. Example. It'll take a month of Sundays to finish this project if we keep working like this. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Meaning, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Example. We missed the train because of Murphy's Law, everything went wrong today. Never in a million years. Never in a million years. Meaning, will never happen. Example. He'll never pass the exam in a million years if he doesn't study. No time like the present. No time like the present. Meaning, it is better to do something right away instead of waiting. Example. No time like the present. Let's start working on the project now. No time to lose. No time to lose. Meaning, start something right away, otherwise, it won't be finished on time. Example. We have no time to lose, the deadline is tomorrow. Not letting grass grow under your feet. Not letting grass grow under your feet. Meaning, not delaying in getting something done. Example. He's not letting grass grow under his feet, and is already working on the new project. Not letting moss grow over. Not letting moss grow over. Meaning, doing something now or without delay. Example. We need to finish this task, no letting moss grow over this one. Not playing with a full deck. Not playing with a full deck. Meaning, lacking intelligence. Example. She's acting strange. I think she's not playing with a full deck. Now and then. Now and then. Meaning, occasionally. Example. We go out for dinner now and then, just to unwind. Now or never. Now or never. Meaning, something that should be done now, or it will never be done. Example. This is your chance to take action, now or never. Off color. Off color. Meaning, feeling unwell. Example. After staying up late, I felt a bit off color the next morning. Off one's rocker. Off one's rocker. Meaning, acting crazy or confused. Example. Everyone thought he was off his rocker for attempting that dangerous stunt. Off to a flying start. Off to a flying start. Meaning, starting something successfully or positively. Example. The project got off to a flying start with early positive feedback. Old hand. Old hand. Meaning, someone with a lot of experience in something. Example. She's an old hand at baking and knows all the tricks to make perfect cakes. Old school. Old school. Meaning, following ideas or methods from the past. Example. My grandfather prefers old school music over modern pop. On the ball. On the ball. Meaning, understanding the situation well or performing efficiently. Example. The new manager is really on the ball with handling customer complaints. On the brain. On the brain. Meaning, constantly thinking or talking about something. Example. Lately, he's had cricket on the brain and can't talk about anything else. On the rocks. On the rocks. Meaning, a relationship facing problems. Example. Their marriage is on the rocks due to constant arguments. On time. On time. Meaning, not being late, happening as expected. Example. The train arrived on time, which rarely happens these days. Once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. Meaning, something that happens very rarely. Example. We only go out for fancy dinners once in a blue moon. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Meaning, referring to a long time ago. Example. Once upon a time, knights fought bravely for their kingdoms. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Meaning, the result or truth will be revealed in the future. Example. Will this new policy work? Only time will tell. Out of the blue. Out of the blue. Meaning, appearing suddenly and unexpectedly. Example. She called me out of the blue after years of no contact. Out of the red. Out of the red. Meaning, no longer in debt. Example. After paying off the loan, the company is finally out of the red. Out of time. Out of time. Meaning, having no time left. Example. We were out of time, so we had to stop the quiz without finishing it. Paint the town red. Paint the town red. Meaning, go out and have a really good time at a party. Example. After their exams, the students decided to paint the town red and celebrate. Pass with flying colors. Pass with flying colors. Meaning, pass with a high score. Example. She studied hard and passed her final exams with flying colors. Penny for your thoughts. Penny for your thoughts. Meaning, a way of asking what someone is thinking. Example, you've been quiet for a while, a penny for your thoughts. Picture paints 1,000 words. Picture paints 1,000 words. Meaning, visuals are more descriptive than words. Example, the artist's painting said it all. Truly, a picture paints 1,000 words. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Meaning, something very easy or simple. Example, solving this puzzle was a piece of cake for her. Pitch black. Pitch black. Meaning, very dark with almost zero visibility. Example, the power cut left the entire area pitch black last night. Place in the sun. Place in the sun. Meaning, a position of success and happiness. Example, after years of hard work, he finally found his place in the sun. Pop the question. Pop the question. Meaning, propose marriage to someone. Example, he planned a romantic dinner to pop the question to his girlfriend. Pot calling the kettle black. Pot calling the kettle black. Meaning, hypocritically criticizing someone with the same fault. Example, when he called her disorganized, it was the pot calling the kettle black. Pressed for time. Pressed for time. Meaning, being rushed or lacking time to complete something. Example, I'd love to chat, but I'm pressed for time right now. Proud as a peacock. Proud as a peacock. Meaning, feeling very proud. Example, she was as proud as a peacock when her son won the competition. Pull the plug. Pull the plug. Meaning, terminate or discontinue something. Example, the company decided to pull the plug on the failing project. Pull wool over other people's eyes. Pull wool over other people's eyes. Meaning, deceive someone into believing something false. Example, he tried to pull wool over the boss' eyes with fake excuses, but it didn't work. Pulling out all the stops. Pulling out all the stops. Meaning, doing everything possible to achieve something. Example, they are pulling out all the stops to make the event a success. Punch above one's weight. Punch above one's weight. Meaning, performing beyond one's ability. Example, the small team punched above their weight and won the tournament. Puppy love. Puppy love. Meaning, temporary infatuation between young people. Example, their relationship didn't last long, it was just puppy love. Put it in black and white. Put it in black and white. Meaning, write something down for confirmation or evidence. Example, please put the agreement in black and white to avoid confusion later. Put your thinking cap on. Put your thinking cap on. Meaning, think seriously about something. Example, we need a solution for this issue, so put your thinking cap on. Rags to riches. Rags to riches. Meaning, becoming very rich while starting very poor. Example, his story of going from rags to riches inspired many young entrepreneurs. Raining cats and dogs. Raining cats and dogs. Meaning, raining very heavily. Example, We couldn't go outside because it was raining cats and dogs. Raise the white flag. Raise the white flag. Meaning, accept defeat and surrender to the other party. Example: the team raised the white flag after realizing they couldn't win the game. Raring to go. Raring to go. Meaning, being very eager or enthusiastic. Example: she was raring to go for her first solo trip abroad. Rat race. Rat race. Meaning, exhausting and repetitive routine. Example: he quit his corporate job to escape the rat race and start his own business. Red flag. Red flag. Meaning, a signal or indication that something is wrong. Example: the delay in submitting the report was a red flag for the manager. Red herring. Red herring. Meaning, an unimportant matter that misleads and distracts. Example: the detective ignored the red herring and focused on the main evidence. Red hot. Red hot. Meaning, something new, exciting, or in great demand. Example: this new gadget is red hot, everyone wants one. Red in the face. Red in the face. Meaning, feeling embarrassed. Example: he turned red in the face when he realized he had made a mistake. Red tape. Red tape. Meaning, rules or regulations that slow or stop progress. Example: the project was delayed due to all the red tape in getting approvals. Red eye. Red eye. Meaning, a journey that starts late at night and arrives early. Example: I took the red-eye flight to save time and reach early for the meeting. Road hog. Road hog. Meaning, a dangerous driver who doesn't care about others. Example: the road hog was weaving in and out of traffic, causing chaos. Roll out the red carpet. Roll out the red carpet. Meaning, greet someone with great respect and a warm welcome. Example: they rolled out the red carpet for the famous actor at the event. Sail through something. Sail through something. Meaning, being successful at something without difficulty. Example: she sailed through her exams with ease. School of hard knocks. School of hard knocks. Meaning, learning through difficult experiences instead of formal education. Example: growing up in a tough neighborhood, he graduated from the School of Hard Knocks. School of thought. School of thought. Meaning, a particular philosophy or way of thinking about something. Example: there's a school of thought that believes work-life balance is a myth. Schoolboy error. Schoolboy error. Meaning, a very basic or foolish mistake. Example: forgetting to attach the file to the email was a schoolboy error. Seeing eye to eye. Seeing eye to eye. Meaning, when two or more people agree on something. Example: the team members didn't always see eye to eye on the project details. Seeing red. Seeing red. Meaning, reacting with uncontrollable rage. Example: he was seeing red when he found out someone had scratched his car. Sell ice to Eskimos. Sell ice to Eskimos. Meaning, Persuade people to accept something unnecessary. Example: the salesperson was so convincing, he could sell ice to Eskimos. Shelf life. Shelf life. Meaning: the duration something is expected to last. Example: this milk has a shelf life of 10 days. Shown the red card. Shown the red card. Meaning: dismissed or told to leave. Example: after the argument, he was shown the red card and asked to leave the meeting. Sink or swim. Sink or swim. Meaning: to fail or succeed without help. Example: it was sink or swim for her when she started the new job. Sit on the fence. Sit on the fence. Meaning: unable or unwilling to decide. Example: stop sitting on the fence and make a choice. Silent partner. Silent partner. Meaning: someone who invests in a business but isn't involved in running it. Example: he is just a silent partner and doesn't make any decisions for the company. Slice of the pie. Slice of the pie. Meaning: a share of something, like profits. Example: everyone wants a slice of the pie when the company does well. Smash hit. Smash hit. Meaning: a big success. Example: her debut song was a smash hit and topped the charts. Snowed under. Snowed under. Meaning: having too much work to do. Example: I've been snowed under with assignments this week. Sooner or later. Sooner or later. Meaning: certain to happen, though the exact time is unknown. Example: sooner or later, he'll realize his mistake. Sour grapes. Sour grapes. Meaning: pretending to dislike something you cannot have. Example: his criticism of the award is just sour grapes. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil. Meaning: when someone you've been talking about arrives. Example: speak of the devil, here comes Tom. Speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. Meaning: expresses something without words. Example: her smile speaks volumes about how happy she is. Spill the beans. Spill the beans. Meaning: reveal a secret. Example: don't spill the beans about the surprise party. Standing ground. Standing ground. Meaning: maintaining your position firmly. Example: despite the opposition, she stood her ground on the issue. Standing the test of time. Standing the test of time. Meaning: lasting or continuing well for a long time. Example: this book has stood the test of time and is still popular today. Steal someone's thunder. Steal someone's thunder. Meaning: take credit for someone else's work. Example: he stole her thunder by presenting her idea as his own. Stiff upper lip. Stiff upper lip. Meaning: not showing emotions. Example: he kept a stiff upper lip even in difficult times. Storm in a teacup. Storm in a teacup. Meaning: exaggerating a small problem. Example: their argument was just a storm in a teacup, it wasn't serious. Straight from the horse's mouth. Straight from the horse's mouth. Meaning, from an authoritative or reliable source. Example, I got the news straight from the horse's mouth, it's confirmed. Stuck in a time warp. Stuck in a time warp. Meaning, not changing while everything else has. Example, his fashion sense is stuck in a time warp from the 80s. Swallow one's pride. Swallow one's pride. Meaning, accept something humiliating. Example, he had to swallow his pride and apologize for his mistake. Sweet tooth. Sweet tooth. Meaning, a liking for sweet foods. Example, she has a sweet tooth and always orders dessert. Take each day as it comes. Take each day as it comes. Meaning, deal with things as they happen. Example, he's not worried about the future, he just takes each day as it comes. Taste of your own medicine. Taste of your own medicine. Meaning, experiencing what you've done to others. Example, after ignoring her calls, he got a taste of his own medicine when she did the same. Teacher's pet. Teacher's pet. Meaning, the teacher's favorite student. Example, everyone teased her for being the teacher's pet. The big time. The big time. Meaning, the top level of a profession. Example, she finally made it to the big time as a Hollywood actress. The moment of truth. The moment of truth. Meaning, a critical decision or revelation point. Example, the moment of truth came when the jury announced their verdict. The ship has sailed. The ship has sailed. Meaning, a missed opportunity. Example, I wanted to apply for that job, but the ship has sailed. The time is ripe. The time is ripe. Meaning, the perfect time to do something. Example, the time is ripe for launching the new product. Thinking on your feet. Thinking on your feet. Meaning, quickly adjusting to changes or making decisions. Example, in the debate, he showed his skill at thinking on his feet. This day and age. This day and age. Meaning, modern times. Example, in this day and age, technology evolves rapidly. Tie the knot. Tie the knot. Meaning, get married. Example, they are planning to tie the knot next spring. Time after time. Time after time. Meaning, do something repeatedly. Example, he has proven his dedication time after time. Time flies. Time flies. Meaning, when time seems to pass quickly. Example, time flies when you're having fun. Time for a change. Time for a change. Meaning, switching to something new. Example, after years in the same job, she felt it was time for a change. Time heals all wounds. Time heals all wounds. Meaning, emotional pain fades with time. Example, don't worry, time heals all wounds. Time is money. Time is money. Meaning, time is valuable, often equated with payment. Example, He works fast because he believes time is money. Time of one's life. Time of one's life. Meaning: a period of great enjoyment. Example: she had the time of her life at the concert. Top banana. Top banana. Meaning: the most important person in a group. Example: as CEO, he's the top banana in the company. Top dog. Top dog. Meaning: the most important person. Example: she's the top dog in her field of research. Tough cookie. Tough cookie. Meaning: a very determined or resilient person. Example: don't underestimate her, she's a tough cookie. Tricks of the trade. Tricks of the trade. Meaning: expert or clever techniques. Example: the experienced mechanic knows all the tricks of the trade. True colors. True colors. Meaning: someone's real character. Example: he showed his true colors when he refused to help his friend. Turn back the hands of time. Turn back the hands of time. Meaning: reverse or revisit the past. Example: if I could turn back the hands of time, I'd make better choices. University of life. University of life. Meaning: learning from daily life and work rather than formal education. Example: through the University of life, she became an expert at handling tough situations. Until hell freezes over. Until hell freezes over. Meaning: something that will never happen, no matter how hard you try. Example: he said he wouldn't apologize until hell freezes over. Up in smoke. Up in smoke. Meaning: something that fails or ends without any results. Example: their plans to expand the business went up in smoke after the funding fell through. Waiting in the wings. Waiting in the wings. Meaning: waiting for an opportunity to act. Example: the new manager is waiting in the wings to take over the role. Well-oiled machine. Well-oiled machine. Meaning: a group or system working smoothly together. Example: the event ran like a well-oiled machine, thanks to the efficient team. White collar. White collar. Meaning: referring to office workers or jobs. Example: he left his white-collar job to start his own business. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Meaning: it's hard for people to change their established habits or ways. Example: my grandfather refuses to use a smartphone. He says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Your guess is as good as mine. Your guess is as good as mine. Meaning: not knowing the answer to something. Example: when asked about the test results, he replied, "Your guess is as good as mine."